Today on Rappler. President Marcos, who has benefited from disinformation, says,
We too recognize that fake news should have no place in modern society.
fare hikes for the LRT1 and 2 will take effect August 2. The transfer of PAL international flights to NAIA Terminal 1 caused long lines. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken meets with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Carlos Yulo emerges as the best-performing male athlete at the Asian Artistic Gymnastics Championships. EXO's Chen, Baekhyun, and Xiumin will stay with SM Entertainment. In-laws Claudine Barretto and Dennis Padilla share an emotional reunion. And Mark Leviste opens up about his relationship with Kris Aquino. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., who benefited the most from disinformation in the 2022 presidential polls, says, quote, fake news should have no place in modern society.
As part of our efforts, we will undertake a media and information literacy campaign, which shall be digital, multimedia, and youth-oriented.
The president was the keynote speaker at the International Conference of Information Commissioners hosted by the Philippines. Studies by independent news organization Verifiles and fact-checking coalition CheckPH have shown Marcos benefited the most from years of misinformation and disinformation before and during the 2022 presidential campaign. Marcos also made false claims in the past, such as claiming he had a degree from Oxford University when he was only awarded a special diploma. Fact checks also debunk claims Marcos built the wind farm in Ilocos Norte. The Department of Transportation says the fare hikes for the light rail transits lines 1 and 2 will take effect on August 2. Transportation Secretary Jaime Bautista approves the fare hike after a meeting in Malacanang on June 6, where President Marcos Jr. highlighted positive economic figures. The DOTR's Rail Regulatory Unit announced the approval of the rate hike on April 11, but Marcos ordered the deferment of the fare hike while determining the, quote, impact of inflation. Here are the minimum and maximum fares for the LRT1 under the new scheme. Meanwhile, here are the new fares for the LRT2. For both the LRT1 and 2, the boarding fare will be increased by 2.29 pesos from 11 pesos to 13.29. The distance fares will also go up by 21 centavos from 1 peso to 1 peso and 22 centavos per kilometer traveled. Long lines form at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport Terminal 1 departure area on Friday, June 16, the first day of the transfer of all Philippine Airlines international flights from Terminal 2. Meanwhile, all domestic PAL flights will now operate from Terminal 2 alongside domestic flights of AirAsia. The reassignments are part of Manila International Airport Authority's Schedule and Terminal Assignment Rationalization Program, which began on April 16. Under the program, NAIA estimates the capacity of Terminal 2 to increase from 7.5 million to 10 million passengers a year. Terminal 2 was originally designed as a domestic terminal with continuous passenger flow, but PAL began to use the terminal exclusively for its international and domestic operations in the 1990s. China's Xi Jinping hails progress in talks with U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken in Beijing. Blinken is the first holder of his post to meet Xi since 2018. Their 30-minute meeting could help facilitate a summit between Xi and U.S. President Joe Biden later in the year. Xi tells Blinken at the start of the meeting, two sides have also made progress and agreed to follow the understandings made between Biden and Xi in Bali. Blinken says the U.S. is committed to managing the relationship between the two countries. Blinken says talks with China's top diplomat Wang Yi and Foreign Minister Qin Gang had been candid and constructive. But Xi also urges the U.S. not to, quote, hurt China's legitimate rights and interests, a signal of potential flashpoints such as Taiwan. Carlos Yulo emerges as the best-performing male athlete for the second straight edition of the Asian Artistic Gymnastics Championships. Yulo ends his dominant campaign with 3 golds, 1 silver, and 1 bronze, retaining his parallel bars title, and finishes a surprise third in horizontal bar on Sunday, June 18. He eclipses his 3 gold, 1 silver haul in the last Asian Championships. Yulo tops the parallel bars qualification with 15.066 points, raising the bar with 15.266 points to relegate Japan's Shinosuke Oka and China's Yin Dehang to runner-up finishes. The Philippines winds up as the second best performing nation with 3 golds, 2 silvers, and 3 bronzes for a total of 8 medals, just behind China's 8 golds, 2 silvers, 3 bronzes. Yulo also qualifies for the World Artistic Gymnastics Championships in Antwerp, Belgium in September, as he looks to secure his berth in the 2024 Paris Olympics. EXO members Chen, Baekhyun, and Xiumin will be staying with agency SM Entertainment. A Soompi report says the label released a joint statement with the three EXO members to announce they have, quote, resolved the differences caused by misunderstandings. Earlier in June, Chen, Baekhyun, and Xiumin notified SM Entertainment of the termination of their exclusive contracts. They cited unclear handling of earnings and slave contracts valid for at least 17 to 18 years as the reason behind the decision. Meantime, two rising P-pop girl groups make it to Miss Mojo's top 10 international girl groups to add to your playlist. 8-member girl group Beanie ranks 4th, while rookie group Kaya is included in the honorable mentions. Claudine Barretto and Dennis Padilla reunite to celebrate the baptism of Claudine's children, Kia and Noah. Claudine posted a video where she can be seen hugging Dennis, her former brother-in-law. Both were in tears as they told each other they missed each other. Their reunion follows the exchange the two had in May 2023, where Dennis congratulated Claudine's children for their academic achievements. Dennis was married to Claudine's sister, Marjorie. The two separated in 2007. Their children, Julia, Claudia, and Leon, stayed with Marjorie and changed their surname to Barreto. In June 2022, Dennis's strained relationship with his children made headlines after he expressed disappointment over not being greeted on Father's Day. Batangas Vice Governor Mark Leviste reveals he is in a happy and full of love relationship with media personality Kris Aquino. In an interview, the politician hints at his romance with Kris when asked about the current state of his heart, saying, quote, a happy vice governor makes a happy province. Speculations of a romance between the two arose in February when Mark posted about their Valentine's Day celebration on Instagram. But Kris later clarified on the same post that he was only her male best friend. In a post on May 18, Kris seemingly made their romance public, saying, quote, thank you for agreeing to keep our new relationship private. We are proof that love comes when you least expect it. The couple are currently in Los Angeles, California, where Kris is undergoing treatment for 5 autoimmune diseases. And that's today's wrap. I'm Nina Yu. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. Follow us on Rappler's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.